And one of the things that are great for the jocks is we get to interview and have sort of a personal relationship with these artists.
Yes.
Like
I've got a great story.
Scott Weiland and Moby.
Yes.
And I like to make music, so I get to ask Moby all these questions about production, which you don't really get a chance to ask.
I enjoyed interviewing Beck. Yes. Did you get to talk to Beck as well?
No, but I just sat there listening to Beck and sitting beside him, struck by how
diminutive his stature is.
Yeah, but he's a special guy.
He's a little guy.
And also, Perry Farrell might have been the same year.
Yes, that was the Jane's Addiction reunion year.
It was.
That was 03 as well.
There are these real. You can tell the difference between artists that are in it for the business of it and artists who do it because they can't help it. Perry Farrell was one of those people. He can't help it.
Do you remember they used to pair us up, like just randomly pair us up to interview artists? I got paired up with another BCN jock to interview. We were supposed to do back-to-back interviews. We said, "Hello, Juanita."
Hi, Adam.
We were supposed to interview.
Is that Charlie? No, what is that?
Angel.
Huh?
Angel.
Yes.
That's great.
Charlie's Angels. No. We were supposed to interview the Donnas, and then we were supposed to interview AFI. Yeah. Now, the Donnas were running late, and AFI came into the green room early. So we said, all right, well, let's see if we can do.
This
let's
is my
do
favorite
this quick.
story about you.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
great.
I love
This was one of my favorite moments. So, we say to Davey and Jade from AFI, why don't you guys sit down? The Donnas were supposed to be here for an interview, but let's see if we can do a quick interview. So we set them down. We get them their microphones and their headphones, and as soon as we're ready to start talking, in walk the Donnas, ready to be interviewed. And backstage at the River Rave, everything's got to be running, on time. So I had the thought of, okay, girls, why don't you come on over here? Why don't you sit down, give them microphones, give them headphones? Had the Donnas and AFI interview each other, which, fortunately for us, they knew each other a little bit too. They were friendly with each other, so it ended up being a great interview. Davey's asking Donna F questions. She's asking him questions. He turns to me, starts interviewing me. It ended up being...
and all the while, you're getting paid.
Exactly.
No, but the best part about that you're leaving out because you're so modest, is that Davey said to you were wearing a...
Victory Records shirt,
Victory Records shirt. And he was trying to be kind of a dick to you.
Yeah, a little bit.
He was like, so who's your favorite artist on Victory Records? Because he thought you were just like some schmo.
And I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. I'm credible, watered down, Thursday's original discs. I was repping Earth Crisis, absolutely.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, now that you're here, lovely,
homework.
do you have a story to tell or to share?
Well, probably my favorite rave was the year 2000. Because that was the year that Oedipus invited my band Heidi to play on the second stage, and it was so awesome.
Which stage is that? What do they call that second stage?
Second stage.
Second stage.
Thank you, Chachi.
Do you remember
Pit stage.
It was at Gillette Stadium, so it was it was, I don't know.
I think the main stage is the pit stage, because that's the one that has the pit in front of it, right?
Well, that's what I would have thought.
Well, maybe the main stage is the main stage, and the pit stage is the second stage. I don't know, but Heidi performed.
It was awesome. It was, now I know like how rock stars live, because we were far from rock stars. We were going to be signed to Warner Brothers, but there was still some nepotism going on with being asked to play the rave and working at WBCN. But wow, I mean, just the people at Gillette were so awesome. All the stage people, the sound was huge.
The sound.
The people, everyone who was there. It's like it didn't matter what you were playing or who you were. They were just going ape, and it was really, really awesome. It was like my best memory.
Nice.
And then like I get off stage and then I have to go interview Dark
Right.
Buster. It was like,
and Lenny was probably busting your chops like, oh, so you're a big star now. You get to play on the stage instead of just doing interviews.
But it was awesome. It was the greatest time, and it was a great opportunity, especially to be now on the rave poster with with Filter and Stone Temple Pilots.
Absolutely.
That was the year that they met,
Uh-huh.
and they formed Army of Anyone.
And now they're back.
Charles River on the Hat Show.
Hence the name.
Hence the name. It was right there, right on the Charles River, and the English Beat was playing. We had 70,000 people there. It was a total mob scene.
Wasn't there some sort of problem?
No, there was. I just remember a lot of dust because it was a dry day, and there was just a lot of dust and a lot of people. I can't remember who else was on the bill, but that was the first year that we did the River Rave, and hence on the Charles River we call it the River Rave. But the following years, it was just too costly to do a show on the Hat Show, because the MDC had a lot of charges and cleanup and the state police and all that business. So the next year we took it to the Tweeter Center, and Oedipus, a brilliant man, decided to keep the name River Rave, and we went out there, and there's actually a little Mansfield Lake or something. There's a lake right behind the Tweeter Center. He said, no, there's a river there. There's a river right back there. We're going to call it the River Rave because the river's right there.
Probably because a lot of printing had already been done.
No printing had been done. But rave was a big word back then. I don't know if it's still as pertinent as it was back then.
No.
Hence the rave tent.
Right.
And all that stuff. People were raving all the time.
In fact, like Woodstock '99, they had a giant rave hangar.
Yeah.
And every big show had a rave tent.
But the first one was on the Hat Shell, and I just remember one band. I just remember the English Beat, and it was 70,000 plus people, and there's so much trash to clean up, and the MDC charged us a lot of money, and it cost us a ton of money in security, and we just didn't think it was a good thing to have it there again. It was just too
Shows
costly.
on the Hat Shell are great in theory, but rarely do they go the way that you want them to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so that's where the original River Rave name came from. It was the Charles River.